Hi, and welcome to Turner Classic Companion. I am Max Jessup. We can talk all day about Buster Keaton versus Charlie Chaplin as just two amazing, iconic artists. I don't know, you could talk all day about the compare and contrast of them. But I think what a lot of people don't realize is like just one of their greatest similarities is their respect for the audience. Just the best silent films in general are the ones that use a very minimal amount of title cards. You would think that in order to compensate for a lack of sound, you would want to include dialogue in these obvious ways, visually. You know, put up, here's the context, here's a line that someone said, and don't get me wrong, they would do that from time to time, but it would always usually be like, it would be something to really punctuate a joke, and it would be something like, this is the only way that joke can work, is in a title card. But generally speaking, if you look at Charlie Chaplin, and if you look at Buster Keaton, I think to some extent, definitely Harold Lloyd as well, they were masters of, let's just give the audience all you need to know in the visual spectacle. That's what makes them hold up so much. You look at other silent films, especially just dramas, like unless they had some genre bend to them, like if they were a Western or an action movie or a comedy or something like that, all of those did very well. But if you were like a drama, if you were like a D.W. Griffith type, some of those don't exactly hold up because they could often rely so heavily on the title card. And that kind of makes a movie's pace feel so much slower. It just kind of drones on a little bit more. Not to say that you can't find good films with a lot of title cards, but I think that's an interesting like common denominator that I find. It's like I think that's the stereotype people think of with the boring silent film. But it's like the same as in a modern film, because in a modern film, you can over-contextualize stuff. You can just say a bunch of stuff. You can fill people with information that they don't need to know, and it's better, show, don't tell. Black Bag does this really well. I've been thinking a lot about Black Bag. Like, the whole movie is just very casual conversations between co-workers and the way that they treat each other. It's a relationship drama as much as anything, and they never really define what black bag means. They never define what X, Y, and Z means. They just let you kind of infer it. And I think that's something Soderbergh really does really well. But I think just any great filmmaker knows to do that. And the ones that are good but do tell more, they're doing that on purpose. Woody Allen, Wes Anderson, filmmakers who operate in that way to their own benefit, like in a very purposeful, deliberate, aesthetic way. But that's like the whole thing with silent films. Like, that's why silent films rock. I'm just putting that out there.